Hello, and welcome to my bedroom. Oh, my cat hates when I'm filming YouTube videos. Also, this is the setup. Now I have to let her out. In my booktube newbie tag, which you can find here or here, I don't know, one of my lovely subscribers asked me to do a video where I would share the 30 books I've read last year. It's actually 36. I didn't know that. To basically find out a little bit more about me, so I am going to do that. Very great idea, thank you very much. And I have the books right here. Not all of them. I read some as ebooks and some as audiobooks. There also my sister and I, we have a book club, so I'm going to tell you which of those books were from book club picks, and I'm going to also tell you how I like the books. I have my Goodreads open. Let's go. The first book is My Mechanical Romance. It's a YA romance book about a girl, and she, I don't even know her name, Belle, goes to school and then joins the mechanics club. I gave this book 4 stars. I love myself like some cute YA romance, I have to be honest. It's just, you know, very good to get you out of a reading slump, and it's very cute. So yeah. Then the second book is a little bit more serious, maybe like trigger warning for like school shootings, but I read a book, I think it's like kind of a classic. It's called Give a Boy a Gun in English, and it's about a school shooting. But I don't know if like this is bad or not, but like I only gave it 2 stars. It's not in like based on real life events. Of course, you know, it's inspired by real life events, but it's not, yeah, basically a non-fiction book. I don't know, like it wasn't my favorite book of the year. Then I read House of Hunger. It was a book club pick for Books and Lala's, literally that book club I think, but it was like in December, and I started in December, but I only finished it in January because it was my favorite. I think I gave it 3 stars. Yes, I gave it 3 stars. Basically, it's a gothic book. I really liked the beginning, didn't like the end a lot, so yeah. The next book I read is Come Closer, which is a horror book about a woman being slowly possessed by a demon. And yeah, I don't know, I'm not a very huge fan of horror, so basically if you're new to this channel and haven't watched anything of me where I'm explaining this, I love romances, and I love fantasy, not, you know, spicy fantasy. And last year I started reading different genres as well, so that was nice, but it was also kind of a huge step for me, and so I decided to read everything. I wanted to find a good horror book, I wanted to find a good weird book, but this also led to a lot of flops. I gave Come Closer 3 stars, because I kind of like, I don't think I can feel horror, especially like paranormal horror, in such a way as I do when I watch a movie. It doesn't scare me so much, and I don't know, it's like not, I don't think it gives me much, though I like certain horrors, which we'll come to. But the next book I loved, it's A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. I gave this book 5 stars, my first 5-star read that year, last year. And yeah, I don't know, if you haven't heard of it, go read it. It's a YA like thriller mystery. I don't read normal thrillers. YA though, it's good. Yeah, go pick it up. I haven't read the 2nd and 3rd book yet. I have to do that still. Then we have another book. This is my first weird book, and this is the book club pick for January. It's called Things Have Gotten Worse Since We Last Spoke. Not a huge fan. I gave it 3 stars. It's 3 short stories, which the first one is called Things Have Gotten Worse Since We Last Spoke. I feel like, so the author, I think like they don't write good female characters. That's just what I feel like. I don't know, like the women in this book are portrayed in a way that I don't like. I gave it 3 stars. I liked one story more than the others. The last story I hated. I didn't understand, like it was about 2 guys this time, so it wasn't about the portrayal of women, but it was very boring. Yeah, I don't know. It's not the best weird book I've read. It's the first one as well, but yeah, I don't know. Coming to the next book, I listened to the book, and it's my first autobiography. I don't know if you can guess which one it is. It's Spare. Everyone has like, oh, it was in a huge hype, I think in January last year, so I was like, I have to get behind that as well. Like, I love tea. As soon as I found out that Prince Harry said that Prince William had a receding hairline, I was like sold. I was like, I need to get this tea right now. I feel like I also watched the documentary where Meghan was always like, H did this, and H, oh yeah, H and I. It was crazy, so I was like, I have to read it. And I actually didn't mind it. I don't know like what the overall rating was, but or like what people really like, if they liked it or not. It was like a lot of yapping and whining. I gave it 3 stars. I know I just said that I gave this book 3 stars as well, but I feel like I gave it 3.5 Spare, because I know it wasn't like too bad. Next book is One of Us is Lying. This is also a book where I still have to read the series. Awesome book. 5 stars? 5 stars. I gave it 5 stars. I was like, if I didn't give it 5 stars, then I have to switch the rating on Goodreads right now. Yeah, it's about 4 teenagers. They are in detention. 4 teenagers. They are in detention with a 5th one who dies, and then the police has to find out, and they themselves who did it. I love the book. It's like a Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Or like, I would class it in that realm. Go for it. It's a very good book. I hugely recommend it. Then we're coming to A Million Kisses in Your Lifetime. Awful book. Awful book. 2 stars? I gave it 2 stars? 2 stars. Okay. It's very rarely that I give a book 1 star. I think I've never given a book 1 star, besides one book that's coming up. But really, you can't believe TikTok, because those edits of the book, they looked good. They looked like juicy, spicy, you know. Awful book. Red flag. I don't even know. It's a romance. He is literally stalking her. I hate this book so much. It was also a book club pick. My sister hated it as well. Yeah. Next book is The Weight of Blood. I have read it as an audiobook or listened to it. Very, very nice decision. The Weight of Blood is a Carrie retelling. I haven't read Carrie before that. I've read Carrie in this year, last year as well. I've read Carrie after this book, which was a good decision, because I feel like if I would have read Carrie before, it wouldn't have been so amazing. But I really liked it. I loved the audiobook because it's like the podcast or the multimedia aspect of the book. It's very much similar to Carrie, where you have like a podcast, interviews and stuff like that, and it's also in a Texan accent. I think it was Texas. Super funny. I loved it. I have listened to it in English. So yeah, it's basically a Carrie retelling, you know. A girl has superpowers, but in this book it's about like racism. So she's black, half black, and they also have a white and a black prom, which is crazy. But I know that has been a thing in America, in Texas as well. Not too, like, they didn't change it too long ago, but I'm not very familiar with the whole thing. I loved the book, especially the audiobook. I think if I would have read it, I wouldn't have enjoyed it as much. So yeah. And then the next book is Recitative, which is a very interesting book. I've also listened to it. It's a very short book, so if you have time or if you have to finish your Goodreads challenge, pick it up. It's about two women, and it's told from their perspectives. I gave it 4 stars. One of them is black and one of them is white, and we don't know which one is which. You kind of find yourself analyzing their behaviors, or the behaviors described in the book that they are doing, and then questioning yourself which of them is the white woman, which is the black, by the way they behave or what they buy, what they eat, about their family. It's very nice. It's very good, like, read to reflect on yourself. So yeah, that was nice. Then I finished Once Upon a Broken Heart, which I have read as an audiobook as well. I loved the book. I gave it 4 stars. Okay, yeah, loved the second book. I loved the first one too, but it was very slow burn in the beginning. The whole series is very slow burn because the premises of those books are that there is the Prince of Hearts, and if he kisses someone, they'll die. So we have 3 books and they don't kiss, so but very nice read. Then I've read Carrie Soto's Back for book club in March, where we had the topic of new beginnings because we were going into spring. Awesome book. That was my 2023 highlight. I'd say it's contemporary. I'd say it's about a woman, Carrie Soto. She used to be a tennis player, and she decides to come back. And I find myself a lot in Carrie Soto. I'm very competitive, not too much, and like I'm not too much of a sore loser anymore. When I was a kid, I used to be. But yeah, it's like, it has everything. It has drive, very good feelings, very bad feelings, sad feelings, love. My camera battery just died, so I just charged it, but I hope it's enough for the rest of the videos. Next, I've read The Ballad of Never After, which is the second book in the Once Upon a Broken Heart series. I gave it 5 stars. Loved it so much. So yeah. Then I read Confessions by Kane Minato, which is a book. Is it like, I think it's a horror, yeah. Where a teacher loses her child, and someone, well, of her students has committed the crime, and she's trying to find out something like that. I know what the book is about, but I don't know what is like open to the public without spoiling you. So yeah, I think I gave it 4 stars. Yes, I gave it 4 stars. I really liked the book. It's like a horror, mystery, and more so horror book, which is also a little bit weird. So yeah, go ahead, pick it up if you are into this kind of stuff. Now we come to the second autobiography I've read last year, which is I'm Glad My Mom Died. Super famous Jeanette McCurdy's autobiography. I grew up as a Nickelodeon kid with the whole shit that is going on with Nickelodeon right now. It's crazy. But yeah, I've read the book, I loved it. It also made me reflect like on my childhood a little bit, like of watching iCarly as a child. It's crazy, it really is, but it's for real. Like, also I said Carrie Soto's back is one of my, or is my highlight of last year, but I'm Glad My Mom Died is definitely as well. I can't class them together because they're from different genres, but I really enjoyed reading the book. Then I've read Five Survive by Holly Jackson as well. I was torn between reading the second book of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder or Five Survive, but I was like, this book sounds so good. It's about 5 people. They are not really friends, acquaintances. Like, okay, some of them are friends. They drive in, oh, I think all of them are friends, and then one is a brother of one of the girls. And they drive into the forest. They actually are doing a road trip, but then they drive into the forest and their car breaks down and there's a sniper outside. And I didn't like the book. The premise was so you know, like, good and exciting, and then this came out of it. I can't really remember a lot, but like, it was very boring. I don't know, it wasn't like a lot of action. There was action obviously, but I don't know. And I hated one of the characters and I wanted him to die. Which I can't remember if he did or not, but I don't know. Yeah. Oh, then book club pick for April then. Love Wanted. Oh yeah, 1st of April. Funny book. Hated this book as well. Back to back awful books. 2 stars. Five Survive, 2 stars as well. I didn't like it. And then we have the Stephen King book, which was also a book club pick, so I probably haven't read anything for a long time after Love Wanted. This book is called Everything's Eventual, and I gave it 4 stars because it's a short story collection. Did I give it 4 stars? I gave it 4 stars. It's a short story collection and I gave each story a rating, and then I basically added them all up and divided them by the stories, as a good physicist should know to do. And my favorite story is, well, I don't know if it's translated right, but it's like, if I translate it word for word, it's that feeling you can only say in French. Awesome story. It's about, well, literally, I don't want to spoiler you. Read the book or read the short story. Just read this short story. And this is what I feel like hell is like. Then I've read Empire of the Vampire, where a vampire hunter is interviewed by a vampire. And I guess like those vampire hunters are half vampires. I don't know. It's about his story. It's about his life. Oh, huge book. I think it had 1,000 pages. Very good though. It's like, I usually, as I said, I love romantasy. It's a very much fantasy book. It has a little bit of romance. It has very nice illustrations. Good read. I really liked it. It was like probably my very first real fantasy, like very high fantasy, very long fantasy. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Maybe I'm going to pick up the second book, but it's very huge probably as well. Then I have another weird book. It's Comfort Me with Apples. I gave this book 4 stars as well. Very short book after Empire of the Vampire. It's basically Stepford Wife in a book. Actually, I wanted to do a video where I recommend series or shows and films, and then like books that are kind of similar. Maybe if you want to see that, also let me know in the comments. But this is, yeah, Adam and Eve kind of story in weird. Yeah. all you have to know about that. My third autobiography was Paris, the memoir. Also 4 stars. I really liked it. I didn't know a lot about Paris Hilton, but she had a very hard childhood. Very well written as well. You can tell that she has ADHD. She says it in the beginning of the book. And it was a little bit hard to get into it because of that, because like her thoughts are all over the place. I also don't know if she actually wrote it, probably not, but I guess she narrated it, and yeah, I really liked it. I can't say anything bad about it. So yeah. Then I've read Caraval by Stephanie Garber. I gave it 4 stars as well. I liked Once Upon a Broken Heart more. This is very much like both books. They feel like you are in a modern time fairy tale, which I think is also the purpose. Yeah, I don't want to tell you what it's about. It's like about a game, if you like stuff like that. Not a video game, but they are in a game show. It's not really a show, but it's magical, and it's a love story, and that's all you need to know. Yeah, 4 stars. Didn't like it as much as Once Upon a Broken Heart. Okay, so then we had a book called Weak Side. I have no clue what this book is. I have read it, yes I have, not too long ago. It's probably a hockey romance book. Spicy, I don't know. I forgot it. If I read the back of the book, I would be able to tell you, but I don't know. You know, go for it. I gave it 4 stars. It was good. I don't know. I don't remember it. Binding 13 is the next book. I am still reading Keeping 13 right now because I wrote my bachelor's thesis when I started Keeping 13, and then I had to stop, and then I never picked it up again, even though I really liked it. I gave Binding 13 5 stars. Yeah, it's a spicy book. There's a lot of family issues in this book, so if you don't want to read something like that. But yeah, I like the book. It's very thick as well. But yeah. Then I went on vacation. I've read My Killer Vacation, which I gave 4 stars. It's like a good girl's guide to murder for adults. Very cute, very good beach read. 4 stars. But then we came to Archer's Voice. I hated this book so much that it wasn't even funny anymore. And I'm sorry for every girly watching this, or boy. I know this is very hyped on TikTok, which is why I also was super excited to start this book. Don't pick it up. It's cringe. They are my age. So Archer is deaf, and her father is deaf. Of the protagonist, it's a spicy romance, and they fall in love, whatever. The conversations, I don't know, I don't really remember, but I hated it. It was super, like, I read it and I had this like feeling of, oh my god, inside of me. I don't know, it's... Next book is Man Fuck This House. It's about a family who move into a house, and the house is weird. And 2 stars. Man, fuck this book. I didn't like it. Curious Beginnings was a book club pick. Man, Fuck This House was a book club pick as well. So again, haven't read a lot in between. My Killer Vacation was also a book club pick. I forgot that. So I don't have Curious Beginnings. I have the physical copy of it. I don't know where it is. 3 stars. I liked it. It's a little like, it's a story written in like Old English, and it's a love story mystery. I'm not quite sure what the mystery was, but yeah, it was 3 stars. It's cute. If you want to read it, go for it. Then I have Girl, Goddess, Queen, which is a Hades and Persephone retelling, because we needed one more of those. But look at how pretty it is. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, 4 stars. Can't really say anything bad about it. It was nice. But it didn't like, well, it's kind of enemies to lovers, but for a very short time, if you know what I mean. And then they fall in love. But I don't know, like they become friends first. It's very nice. It's a very cute and wholesome book. Then we have Hidden Pictures, which is a book about a au pair or babysitter, and she moves into the house of the kid she is watching after. And the kid draws weird pictures. They are also getting quite good at the end of the book. Look at that. I was very scared. Wait, I'm gonna show you some more. I was very scared starting this book. Yeah, because of the pictures. Oh, we also have like the art of the pictures, so I can just show you a little bit about that. Oh. And it's like a horror, but I feel like in the end it got more thrillery, mystery than horror. I liked the book. I enjoyed it. 4 stars. As I said, I don't really enjoy horrors that much, but that really was a good book. I enjoyed it. Also, it had very nice pictures that scared me, so that was great. Then we come to Kill Creek, which is also a horror. 4 or 5 authors meet in a haunted house. They are horror authors, and they all experience something weird, and then they write a book about it, or they are getting possessed to write this book. I loved the premise of the book. Didn't like the book. 2 stars. 1 star. My second 1 star that year. I hated it apparently, but I kind of forgot. I knew that I really didn't like it. It's super thick, super boring, because 4 people experience the same thing. We get all 4 perspectives every time, again and again and again, and you've read the same story by the end like probably 10 times. And it felt like the author really didn't want to be Stephen King. Really, I felt like he wanted to do a book like Stephen King, and yeah, he didn't achieve that. Then I read A Curse for True Love, 5 stars. I can just tell you, my last review of the year was for A Curse for True Love, which is the 3rd book in the Once Upon a Broken Heart series, and my review was just, oh my god, finally. The next book is Stalking Jack the Ripper. It's a little bit about like Curious Beginnings, just better. I gave it 4 stars, and I really want to keep on going in this series. I think the next one is in Transylvania. It's about a girl, and she like does forensics with her uncle, which is very not good for a girl in that time. It's in Jack the Ripper times, and yeah, she is then trying to find out who Jack the Ripper is, and she does it with a guy, obviously, and they, yeah, get closer to each other. And then we have the last book club pick, If We Were Villains. It's about a group of students, university students, who are theater majors, and they, one of them dies, is killed, and they have to find out who. So it's like no, what's it called? One of us is lying, but for more so adults, I'd say. And yeah, they try to find out, nobody really knows. It's weird at points, and it has like a lot of Shakespeare references. It's sometimes very boring. If you have never read Shakespeare, I had to read it in school because my major was English. Yeah, but sometimes it was too much Shakespeare referencing. And then we'll come to the last book I've read in 2023, which was Carrie. I read it for this video, or this video. I don't know where it is going to appear, but I crocheted a Carrie sweater and read Carrie. I listened to it as an audiobook, gave it 5 stars. This is not Carrie. This is not Carrie, no. I don't have Carrie. I listened to it. I was like, I listened to it. Why do I have the physical book? Yeah, I enjoyed it. Yeah, Carrie has supernatural magical powers and is being harassed by the people in her school. If you want to find out more, watch the video. And yeah, that's it with the video. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Yeah, and tell me what you think about the books I've read. If you have an opposing opinion, then fight me in the comments. And if you enjoyed the same books as I did, let me know as well, so we can bond over those books. And yeah, we'll see each other in the next video, hopefully. Bye bye!